We live in the middle of the buzz. Those billions of microprocessors that have spawned like springtime frogs in the last quarter century are constantly sending us information, data, images. Our minds marinate in it all till we're worried when it shuts off. What do you do first when you walk into an empty hotel room? Savor the silence or turn on the TV? And when we get away from machines for a while, even when we leave the phone at home, the buzz comes with us. Quiet, solitude, calm, these are no longer automatic parts of the human experience. You have to fight as hard for them as a farm boy had to fight for the novelty and thrill of a century ago. How many minutes can you watch a sunset before your mind grows hungry for some faster diversion? How long can you stare up into the night sky? This constant whispering in our ears, this constant dancing in front of our eyes, that's how technology changes us, weaning us from ourselves. How can you figure out what you really want when someone's always talking to you, when there's always something plugged in, a click on a home page to go through, when you can't warm yourself by a mountain lake without checking in at home? Electronic communication for the first time makes culture ubiquitous. Almost nobody reads a book or goes to the theater every night. We live in the first moment when humans receive more of their information secondhand than first. Instead of relying primarily on contact with nature and with each other, we rely primarily on the pre-chewed experience of someone else. Our life is, quite literally, mediated. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's the direction in which we need to evolve in this more than ever crowded planet. But I think it may be breeding a kind of desperation in us, a frantic, reactive nervousness, that low, rumbling broadcast that comes constantly from ourselves, the broadcast that tells us who we are, what we want from life. That broadcast is jammed by all other noise around us. Lush, static, electronic age. We look for solitude in our silent cars. But first the radio, then the phone, then the computer. They all intrude. We look for peace in the mountains, but we drag the world along there on a tether. To quote Thoreau is to risk rejection as a romantic. But here it goes. Let us spend one day in deliberate nature and not be thrown off the track by every nutshell and mosquito wing that falls on the rails. Now that we've built our technosphere to amplify the sound of every nutshell and to broadcast high-quality pictures of every mosquito wing, it's ever better advice, albeit harder than ever to follow. Solitude, silence, darkness, these are the rarest of commodities. The incredible economics of the information age means that almost anyone can afford a large screen TV, but how many can afford peace and quiet?